Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. Appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Everything's appreciated, never required. So today we are talking about a classic game. Classic in my world, in my childhood, but maybe not so much in reality. This is a nostalgia-based experience. And I am talking about Fester's Quest for the NES. Now, this game is based on the character Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. Now, when I was a kid in the early 90s, Addams Family had a movie that came out and was pretty popular. You know, I saw the movie. Also, my dad's last name is Addams, so you know, had a little overlap there, so we had to check it out. But you know, the Addams Family was one of those products where it wasn't the most popular, but it had a surprising amount of video game content, like several games for whatever reason. And later on, this particular game became a little more famous when the Angry Video Game Nerd did an episode about it. And I remember watching that episode and being like, you know, well, I thought that game was pretty good. You know, I had this game as a kid, and I just remember like enjoying it and it being different. And it was something like, you know, I wasn't used to as far as some of the different changes they had. Like there's a first person mode when you're playing, when you go into certain areas that it changes to. And I thought that was really cool, especially because I didn't know anything about like first person modes and PC games or anything like that until much later. So this was like, you know, a very different type of gameplay. What I didn't realize is that this game was extremely tedious and like unnecessarily hard. And yeah, it was like, as I'm playing it, I'm like, hey man, this isn't as great as I remember. But I still wanted to do an episode on it because I wanted to show that, like, you know, video games do allow you to have sort of a nostalgic feel for certain games. They represent certain times, they represent certain places. And for me, that's what this game represents. It's a lot of memories tied to them. It's like a lot of Saturday mornings waking up and, you know, playing it and trying to see how far I could get. And a lot of dying and retrying, which is something that was a necessary skill as I kept playing video games and they got, you know, sort of harder and more complicated. Is you know, not being so upset that you're losing. As a kid, I was very much a sore loser. So the fact that I have very positive memories about this game, which clearly wants you to die, rinse and repeat as many times as possible, lets me know that, you know, not everything has to be bad just because you are losing. You can still enjoy it. And I think that this game represents it a lot. I know a lot of people have probably never played this game. And if you are familiar with this game, it's probably because someone made a video about how bad it was. But it's not the worst game. Like, you know, it's playable. It's you know, not every game has to knock it out the park. Not every game is going to be Legend of Zelda or Final Fantasy or, you know, some iteration of those type of high level AAA games. Sometimes you got to just, you know, put something out there and some people will find it enjoyable. And that's what I think this game really represents. Is it doesn't have to be everyone's favorite. It can still be, you know, a solid game. And we're going to have a lot more games that we show appreciation for that aren't necessarily the best of the best, but they were solid games. And, you know, I had fun playing them. I think that's the most important thing, is that the people that played it, did they enjoy it? And I was one of the people that enjoyed it. Me and my brothers definitely played this game a lot. But if you did play it as a kid, you know, or when it came out, if you played it, or any time later, if you haven't played it, you know, what did you think about this game? And just based on what you see going on the screen, what do you think about this game? I'd like to hear your thoughts as always. Appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hope you all are having fun. Be safe out there. Peace.